How many of you are there?
Ma'am, eight people.
Can we start or still we have to wait?
Yeah, ma'am, you can start, ma'am.
Some new students are there.
Yeah, ma'am.
Okay, we'll do one thing. The regular students are not there. Dahlia, ma'am. Dahlia, ma'am.
Dahlia, ma'am, is there, ma'am. She is there, ma'am.
She is not responding.
Nubia madam may not attend, ma'am, because there is some problem.
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, just Harshita, then Bhargavi, they are not joining?
Ma'am, I think Bhargavi is in school, ma'am.
Okay, okay. What about
Bhargavi and Asha in school, I think.
Harshita, she won't join?
Okay, I'll call him. I'll call her, ma'am.
I have already kept a message on the group, ma'am.
Okay, leave it then. We'll start. Already told means again no need to tell.
Yeah,
anyhow, yesterday
Nubia madam,
she told
yeah,
me, she called me and said,
yeah, ma'am.
Yeah,
ma'am.
That is excusable. Okay, can we start? People have any doubt on yesterday's class? What is sewage? What is the characterization of sewage? Did you understand clearly?
Yeah, ma'am.
We have studied what is water and what is the characteristics of water, and we have studied what is sewage and what are the characteristics of sewage. What would be the difference between these two? Which will be helpful for the unit which I am going to discuss today. Did you understand the question?
Ma'am, your voice is breaking. Ma'am, what you asked, ma'am?
I asked, we have seen water and water characteristics already. From yesterday's class, we have seen what is sewage and sewage characteristics. What is the difference between these two?
It's difference between the characteristics, ma'am, or complete? Sewage is basically about the sanitation, and water is is basically about the sanitation and the what to tell, ma'am.
Yes, come on.
It is basically regarding the sanitation, disposal, and other things, ma'am. Water is the base thing, and sewage is something which is one of the part of this water thing, ma'am.
Okay, correct only. What you have told is correct, but the way you have told is not clear. Okay, good. Water is okay. I'll tell now. Listen. Water is essential thing. In that characteristics, we have identified the judgment of water for human consumption. Okay, that is the characteristics of it. In sewage is a wastewater. There we are thinking about the pollutant level of or pollutant load of sewage. Whether here with the point is how we can dispose it of or reuse it. There the point is checking the suitability. That is the difference. Understood? Here we are doing the characterization for understanding the load of pollutant in sewage or in wastewater. But there we are doing the characterization for the suitability of water and to decide the degree of treatment for human consumption. Understood? And again, after primary treatment or characterization of sewage, the water characterization to be done to judge the water can be reused or not. If we reuse also, for what aspect it could be reused. Understand? That is the concept of this between sewage and sewage characteristics, water and water characteristics. Okay, do you understand? Now in this particular unit, we are going to discuss about sewage treatment and disposal. As we know that whatever the sewage is coming out of community or municipality, we cannot dispose that water without any treatment. If we do also, it will spread many epidemic diseases we have discussed in the last class. So what kind of treatment is supposed to be given? How to decide the treatment degree or type of treatment? And if you do also up to what extent we can give a treatment, after such a treatment, how the water could be used. Those things we are going to discuss in this unit and the next unit also. Understand? Now, sewage, we know that it is a liquid waste coming out of community or municipality. And the importance of sewage is it needs indiscriminate or immediate disposal. It may, because if you are not doing like this, it may cause groundwater pollution, soil pollution, and air pollution, or even surface water pollution. Many things will be affected. To control this or to eliminate the problems which are associated with the sewage, it is essential before it disposed, it's supposed to be treated. There are two different types of treatments are being classified based on the degree of treatment. One is primary treatment and another one is secondary treatment. In primary treatment, the treatment techniques involved with screening, skinning, and sedimentation. You may know about the screening and the sedimentation. About the skinning, you may not know. I will explain one by one. So again, you people, do you want me to explain about the screening and the sedimentation, or very clear about the process of these two processes? Hello.
Clear, ma'am. Clear.
Hello.
Clear, ma'am.
One of you?
Any new students, they may ask.
Hello.
New students. Hello, is it audible, ma'am?
Yeah, sometimes your voice is coming, sometimes your
Yeah,
voice
ma'am,
is
it
clear,
is
ma'am.
like it's clear, ma'am.
okay.
Any new students, if they join, they can ask. We don't
Okay.
need.
No, the thing is, they are not joining in, that is their mistake. We are communicating properly and we are giving enough time to join, and we have enough time to read out the messages also. And on top of it,
Yeah, ma'am.
university has communicated properly. These many classes offline, these many classes online, everything we have communicated. They are
Yeah,
not
ma'am.
come and join means it is not our mistake. If the regular students are missing out the class, I supposed to be worried out. They are not at all joining. Suddenly they are coming to one class and I have to sum up all, everything right from the starting means it is not at all possible. Not only for me, to
Yeah,
anyone. Okay.
yeah,
If they are interested to ask, if they wanted to know, let them ask. Why we have to waste our time? Then the people though like you, every day you are attending. I have to respect you people, no? Why you have to keep on listening the same thing? You have to listen and learn the new things. Many new things are there in this book. Okay. If they want, if they are interested, let them ask. Okay, even then I will give brief introduction. Here the explanation about the screening is little different. To have the thorough knowledge about the screening process, I will explain, don't worry about it. Why we have to do screen process? As I told you that the particles are very big in size and they are in suspended form. It has to be removed because otherwise which will clog or stop or disturb the further process which are removed in the treatment technique. And also sometimes what will happen, which will clog the entire sievers, channels, and mechanical equipment, and sometimes other treatment units which are all having in the treatment plant. And it is sometimes it overcome the accumulation of sludge also, and it's interesting slightly floating matter. So many things are there. So to avoid that, this kind of major or we can say it is obvious process, to eliminate all those processes, the screening is very important before starting up any treatment, either water or sewage. These screens are again classified the same as what we have seen according to the, but there we have used in water treatment, it is fixed type, it is not move. Here there are two types, one is fixed type, another one is movement type. And the shape of the screen, it is being classified two types, that you know, that coarse and fine screen. And the according to these two types, again the screens were classified many types. According to the opening, it is classified coarse, medium, and fine. In water treatment, we have discussed only two types, that is coarse and fine only. Here again, medium is introduced. Why? The organic particles which are all coming along with the sewage, which contain a different forms. Minute particles also will be there, medium size particles also are there, and the bigger particles are also there. When it is stored before disposal, after collection, then there is the interference of outer side or environmental things with that water. That is all, that also interfere with the characteristics of sewage. So three types of screen people are basically used for screening different size of particles. Here again, the pore screen are a clear opening which is supposed to have 4 to 8 centimeter, and it is used to remove very large side particles like dead animals, again the animal branches, sticks, rats, some metal pieces which comes along with the utensil, even some clothes, many things are there, those who have to be removed from this. And the medium screens which have the clear opening of in the range of 0.5 to 5 centimeter. And fine screen, it is already known to every one of the 0.5 to 0.5 centimeter opening, and which are all in various form. It is not only metal. Last time we have seen that they are using only metal wire or metal perforation seal. But here the people are using the disc form or drum ring form or band screen type. That is the fine screen types of material people are using. Fine screen need continuous screening. Otherwise, we know that which is the pore will be clogged by many unwanted substances which are all presented in this sewage. And according to the shape of screen, it is being classified. The fine screen are found in various shapes. They are all in the form of perforated band or belt, where the sewage which passes through over the upper and lower roller. Then windscreen, which is uniformly spread the radial veins of the or sometimes which creates a rotated on a horizontal axis, like that, which makes the flow of water through that. Wherever the pores are there in the rotated motion, there it is occupied. And the shovel vane screen is, which is similar to the windscreen and which has the semicircular wings. Not that is full radial form, this is half radial form. Again, in drum screen, they are using kind of cylinder or cone which has perforated plates or wire mesh which rotates the horizontal axis. Did you understand? Here we have seen 3-4 types. All the 3-4 types which has the radial flow or circular flow, or when it gives the rotated motion, that time only the screening is taking place. Why the people are selecting such a type for sewage? Any one of you can answer? And again, the disc screen also consists of circular perforated disc, and which may have with or without central and truncated cone of similar material, like whatever the type we have seen in windscreen. And in the cage screen consists of rectangular box, again which is made up of with a parallel bar or rod, where the stream side and the flow is adjusted and the top side is omitted in this particular type. The bottom and the top, either the solid or perforated steel plate people are using. But here only the thing is, there is no movement of flow of liquid in a circular or semicircular or a rotated type. That is only the difference between this type and other type. In most of the type of sewage screening, people are preferring only rotated or circular type of motion for screening, not for movement of water. Why they are giving such a type of motion in sewage treatment? Any one of you can answer, please?
It is, ma'am, is it related to centripetal force? Centripetal force, when it's circulating, no, it is in a circular direction. The sewage will only will be considered the middle, and I don't know, ma'am, I'm just guessing it.
Yeah, correct. What happened in water, there is a particle, a floating particle can be removed by screening. Then some of the settleable particle can be removed by sedimentation. Then smaller than that, colloidal particle will be removed by coagulation followed by flagellation. Those chemicals will be completely filtered by filtration or removed by filtration. Then we wanted to make the water free from the pathogen. We are doing disinfection. This is the sequence of process involved in water treatment stages. Are you clear about it? No confusion till now? Is it clear?
No, hello? Yeah, ma'am. Yeah, ma'am.
My God, when you people kept quiet, really I shocked because more than
no, ma'am. Actually, it is taking time to unmute, ma'am.
Okay, fine. Yeah. But when we are coming into the sewage, here also we can say some of the floatable solid can be removed by screens, but most of the things in sewage, most of the things, not all things, most of the things are presented organic solids. They are all in semi-solid types, and some of them is solubilized with the water, and some of them are floatable, and those floating particles are very small. It is small, not tiny like colloidal particle, but colloidal particle also presented in this, along with the organic substances which is little bigger than the colloidal particles. They can be easily filtered it out, but the filtration techniques cannot be adopted over here because the load of pollutant is more. Such a filtration technique cannot be used, so the people are preferred to use screening technique. Screening is also a kind of filtration, but the difference between the screening and the filtration is what kind of porous material you are using, that's all, or porous material you are using. In such a type of pre-filtration process, you have to use metal-based filter only. We cannot use like a sand filters, rapid sand or slow sand filter. If it is that also within one trip of filtration, that
which metal, ma'am? Aluminium?
Any metal which is supposed to be resistant to the corrosion. You don't think that you have to use this only, that will be economically feasible, technically strengthened, and it's supposed shelf life supposed to be good. Like that material you have to choose. Okay, you can use steel also, but the steel cost is more. But you cannot use iron because which will corrode fast.
Any
So
alloys,
alloys it is little costly. So this is the process involved for waste treatment. From the waste we may generate something or we may not generate something. But all the treatment technology is based on how much you can recover or something you can recover from the waste. Based on that only people are adopting the treatment technology. Otherwise, simply they will do on the discharge here and there. Throughout the world, not only in India and Hyderabad, wherever sewage treatment is following, the people are trying to get something out of the waste, what maximum they can harvest, either in the form of soil manure or in the form of gobar gas, or that water can be used for any sort of garden application. Any three concepts or all the three concepts somewhere it is applied. Based on that only the treatment technology is selected or has chosen it. Understand? Now my question is, the difference between the water and sewage. In water, you do not have much organic substances because in sewage, fecal matters are there. Human and animal excreta is involved. Those are highly organic, putrescible waste, which can be decomposed at any time. If it decomposes, what sort of gases will come out? Yesterday we have seen when we have discussed about the sewage decomposition. Such a things it is happening. Even then we wanted to separate out some of the organic matter by screening process. When we are doing this screening, you should not be clogged that filter unit or screening unit. So instead of passing the vertical flow or a horizontal flow, if you introduce the circulate flow, which is pressurize the flow in such a way when it is moving through the walls, so if anything will be clogged in the porous media will be eliminated or it will be reduced. On that concept only, for sewage screening, people are using either rotation flow or circular flow or radial flow system people are choosing for screening of sewage. Understood?
Yeah, ma'am.
Okay. Now conditions for movement. How we have to move the sewage over the bed. We know that there are three types of uh, screens. One is coarse, another one is isol, medium size, and fine screen. About the three we have discussed. Now, according to I said in all the three systems except one particular system, everywhere people are making the system radial flow or rotation flow or circular flow. Based on that, the device is classified either fixed type or movable type or moving type. What is fixed type? If I will movable type, we will discuss. Fixed screen are permanently fixed at one particular places where the cleaning is made by racks or teeth that are pulled between the bars. They are making some sort of bars. How they are cleaning like that, they said it is permanently fixed at one particular place as it in the form of iron rods. Any metal rods. Movable screen in position that is stationary when in operation, but it can be lifted from the sewage for cleaning purpose often. That is also like a stationary only. But whenever we wanted to clean in the clock, that time we can be removed from the sewage flow direction. It can be clean again. I refixed it. And the moving type can be or a continuous type when in operation and also clean when the motion baby brushes, or it can be cleaned by jet of water, air or steam, how the people are washing the cars are like that. So this is also stationary type. But whenever we wanted to clean the screen, we can simply take out the screen. It can be cleaned by any jet wave, creating the jet way of flow of cleaning like through air or water, whatever it can be. And the materials and location, what kind of material can be used and where it's supposed to be placed, how it could be placed, we will see. This medium screen are made of a cast iron and the fine screen are made of metal plates or wire mesh. For this, people are using brass and bronze, which are more resistant to the rust and corrosion. So generally, people select this brass and bronze. Durgesh, you only asked the aluminum could be used. Aluminum cannot be used. Why it cannot be used? Anyone can answer to me?
For screening, man.
Yes, yes.
Aluminium.
it gets corroded.
Okay. Then?
Abrasions.
Huh?
Abrasion, ma'am. Any abrasions?
Possible.
Aluminum.
Then?
Aluminum.
Actually, I will ask one more question. We should not use aluminum utensils for cooking. Why, you know?
Highly reactive, ma'am. Reactive.
It's harmful from health, ma'am.
In which way, ma'am, or in what way? Correct answer is correct. How?
Ma'am, it's in oxidized form.
No, ma'am. So when you are putting your aluminum container is oxidizing. Is it so? Oxidation.
No, ma'am, but it's some black. So when we wash it, it's black. Something black is come out from the utensils.
So that's what you are not buying aluminum.
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, you are something lazy then. Okay, but answer is accepted. Then what else? Actually, aluminum comes under heavy metals. Are you aware of it? As I myself told you many times. So if you consider heavy metals, what will have? Yesterday some homework I have given. What homework I have given? What is meant by rubbish, isn't it? Any one of you studied about the rubbish? I have asked you people only. Everyone muted yourself? Hello.
Ma'am, rubbish you already told ma'am yesterday.
Yes, that I have told you. I gave you people one chance. Okay, which is very important in life, personal life, and also in professional life. If you write any exam, if you undergo any interview, the things which I am going to tell you will be very important. Note it down, every one of you, please. What is heavy metals? What are the heavy metals? What are the negative impact on human health by the heavy metals? Understood?
Yeah.
What is heavy metals? What are the heavy metals are available? What is the negative impact on human health by this heavy metals? Dalia ma'am, can you hear it?
Yes, ma'am.
Have you noted? Shall I repeat again?
Ma'am, please repeat again.
Okay. Then why you didn't ask, ma'am? Before I ask. Okay, what is heavy metals? What are the available heavy metals?
Copper, ma'am.
Many are there.
Copper is there, arsenic. That is dangerous for human health, and the toxicity will be more. What I know, but toxicity will be more, and it is highly reactive and to acids.
So what is meant by heavy metals? Why it is called heavy metals? What are the metals are called heavy metals?
High density.
Ma'am, atomic weight is atomic weight.
Atomic molecular weight is higher. Molecular
so
weight.
heavy metals means it. Now I'll ask you one thing. What is radioactive metal? What is the atomic number of radioactive metal? What is the difference between radioactive metal and heavy?
Which emits the nucleuses of those elements, which emits alpha, beta, gamma rays. Those are radioactive, like uranium, plutonium.
So what are the difference between this heavy metal and radioactive? You are telling that atomic number more means that is called heavy metal. It is no. So don't change your mindset. If I am telling means that will be useful for you only. I know the answer. I know the answer. Without knowing the answer. Okay, that is useful for your personal life and also professional life, I said. So what I am telling you, even then from that you can select your cooking utensils also based on that. And whatever the utensil you are using, whether it is good or not, you may have the thought. If you buy also in future, and if you suggest also in future, what kind of thing you can suggest for you and for others, many things you can learn from that. So what I am telling, don't be lazy, do work for 10 minutes, it's enough for that. So please collect the information on what is heavy metal, how it could be defined the heavy metals, and what are the metals are being called heavy metals. And the third one is, what are the impact of these heavy metals on human health? Okay, we are telling that except mercury, everything is good for human. It is not like that. It is not at all like that. That's what I'm asking. It is highly useful to you people. I know the answer for all the questions which I have told you, but still, you all should know means you have to little put up your effort, then you may not forget in your lifetime. I can simply and leave. You people also simply will hear and leave. If you want that, I will answer. If you want to learn properly, just to do this work. It is up to you now. Understand? Okay. Material and location. Whatever the material I said, those materials are being used. See here only why the aluminium cannot be used, I asked. For that only, that it leads to that question, which is very, very important question, which will be helpful for you people. And next one is, screens should be set in inclined position always. I told you when we have discussed about water treatment also, it's supposed to be around 30 to 60 degree to the direction of the flow. There it is being vertical direction. They have to incline about the horizontal about 30 to 45 degree. Here in the case of sewage, it is being 30 to 60 degrees centigrade because the pollution load is more in this. So the flow they are making in a little wider way. This increases the effective screening surface by 40 to 100%, which helps the cleaning of the screen also, because it helps to prevent the excess of loss of head by the clacking, and usually they are located before the grid chamber. What is grid chamber? I will tell. That is very, very important question. You can note it down. In many questions people have asked, what is meant by grid and the grid chamber, how it works. Grid chamber is one of the important questions in this lesson. And the next one is maintenance of screen. How you can maintain the screen? Now I have told you what is screen, what are the problems are associated, how it is operated. Then how we can maintain this screen for continuous operation?
Regular maintenance of the cleaning and
correct only people. How we can maintain? It is a screen. We are using it for only screening purpose. It will be clocked now and then because which contain a lot of organic matter, and that is in irregular or uneven size particles. So it is quite difficult to decide the screen size also when we are treating the sewage treatment. You should have this basic knowledge, isn't it? So when we are having all these things, if we are doing the screen process, at any time it will be clocked. If it is clocked means, then the head loss will occur. If the head loss is occur, pressure will build up. Then all the sequence problem one by one started coming. To avoid that, periodically the screen is supposed to be clean. That a manual cleaning of sewage screen is very difficult, because what things will come we do not know. For that, people are preferred to use mechanically operated cleaning system or any agitation system. So periodical and regular cleaning of this screen is very, very important when we are doing this sewage treatment. Understand? And fixed screen are cleaned by hand racks. Hand racks means what? What is meant by hand racks? You could imagine it. What it?
Artificial made.
Artificial. Actually, mechanical cleaning, I said. Mechanical cleaning means one certain level will be there. Automatically, the system will turn into clean it up, and it will be done by backwash. But in sewage treatment, it is not possible. So they are making some sort of brush kind of thing. that brush will be clean the screen automatically by mechanical operation. And also they have introduced the hand racks. Hand racks means the same kind of things. From the distance, make use of some system. You will give the movement of some sort of racks. With that racks which contain the brushes, those brushes will be clean the screen. Is it clear? That only could be possible. Anything else can be possible?
No, ma'am.
No, this is only the way.
Ma'am, water jets, ma'am.
What?
Jet flows, ma'am. Water jets.
Yeah, that is common. When it can be done, when the system is not in working, that time you can make the jet flow of air and water. You can clean. Okay, you can blow the water, or you can make the jet flow of water, or blow of air, or jet flow of water. You can clean it. When the system is working, you cannot do na. That the system supposed to be when it is off or when it put it off. That time only there will not be flow. That time only you can flow all those things. My question is, when the system is working continuously, when the continuous flow occurs, at that time, how you will do the clean? Clear? Because every day there is generation of sewage. So one day we'll do the treatment, next day we will not do the treatment. Means all the sewer system will be pressure build up, and everywhere the leak will occur. Then the system, how the city could be, you can imagine. You can't even walk on the road. You can't even run your vehicle on the road. Then you yourself become dirty. Okay. So this system supposed to be work continuously. In such a way, what could be the method can be adopted for screening or cleaning of the screen? The system supposed to be working, and manually we will not go and put our hand to clean it up. But there should be both the system, mechanical operation also should be possible, and manual operation also supposed to be possible. If one is failure, means another could be operated. So the manual hand racks means it is a kind of operation. When we are operating that rack contains brushes. Those brushes will automatically clean the pores of the screen. Then it will be clean. The same thing will be done by mechanically. When the load is or the force of the force is or screen is blocked, that time the mechanical system will increase little pressure. It will be indicated the system mechanically, so the system will operate continuously or mechanically automatically without any communication to the system or to the operator. Understood? We have seen a pull and a plug system, mechanical system, when we are adding that is coagulant to the water treatment technology. Could you remember?
Yes, ma'am.
The plug and flow and float and plug system, we have decided like the same concept will be applicable over here also. Then hereafter, whatever I'm going to talk 4-5 matters, that each and everything is important. Any one of the question will come. That is how to dispose the screening. What is screening? We are screen out some of the material from the sewage. The screened material, or that is called a sludge, you can say. Those sludge will be retained in front of screen, and the clear water will be flow it off. Those screening or sludge material will be collected. Those are highly organic rich material. Those material can be used for or which has to be disposed in a proper manner, since that organic matter contain lot of microorganisms, and those microorganisms supports the growth of those organic matter supports the growth of microorganisms, which will be easily communicate the diseases through the society. To avoid that, not only the treatment of sewage is important, and the disposal of this sludge is also very important when we are doing the treatment of sewage. So how that sludge could be disposed? Disposal of screening, that is very, very important topic in this unit. All the topic which we covered in the unit is important. This is very important. The screen could be disposed in different way. One is burial. Second one is disintegration. Third one is incinerators or incineration. And fourth one is conversion to fertilizers. So how you are saying this is the waste material, those waste material could be converted into fertilizer or not, you can think. I will give an explanation for that. Everyone is open that PPT. You please open it and you can look at the terms. Because all are new terms, it will be quite difficult to remember. At least you look at the term when you are reading the book, it will be easy for you all. Is it clear? Okay. Before arranging for disposal of screening, first we have to remove the water from the screen. How we can remove the water from the screen? At least completely we can remove the water. Partially you can remove the water by pressing, or sometimes it can be done by centrifuges. Centrifuges is a process when the quantity is less, but if, when the quantity is more, pressing is only the technique can be apt. So because of this process, which can reduce the water 85 to 90% to 90% of water, and which reduce the bulk of the screen up to 65%. And then what they are almost, it is half of the volume of the total. And the organic floating matter contained in screen is around 85%. That means all are putrescible waste. It is this organic mass easily decomposed and degraded. So that means instead of simply disposing of this sludge, out of it we can make something. So what could be done, we'll see. So this disposal of screening is being done by burial, disintegration, incineration, and a conversion to fertilizer. How each one process will do, we'll see now. First one is burial. When a reasonable degree of isolation of treatment plant and adequate land are available, that time only this burial method can be used for the disposal of large quantities of or small quantities of screening based on the area available. Screenings are method in screens when after screenings are buried to shallow trenches of depth of more than 1 meter, and usually which is mixed with the quick lime, or sometimes they are mixed with the sand also, and then it is buried. And after burying, it should be covered with the earthen material to prevent the flies and offensive smells which comes out of the screen. Did you understand what is meant by buried? Burial.
Ma'am, this burial thing is for those which are not useful for anything.
Yes. Yes.
Means it is not used for any purpose. So those will be buried, right?
No. Actually, it is not like that.
Yeah.
There are different. No. There are different method of disposal of sludge.
Yeah, ma'am. So we are disposing the part of the sludge which is not useful, means not at all useful.
No, it is sewage, na?
Yeah.
It is sewage. In sewage, there is no, or I can say very less possibility of contain any non-putrescible material. The like plastic material.
These can't be converted to fertilizers and those things. These can't be. Those are only buried, right?
No. Let me complete.
Yeah.
Now we are talking about the sewage waste. Sewage is a kind of waste where it is generated from the domestic or municipal activities or commercial activity, whatever the waste water is generated, that is called. So 99% of this waste contain only organic matter, and those could be easily decomposable or putrescible form of waste. So that can be easily fermented or converted from one form to another form by introducing of any easily digestible microorganism.
Yes.
But, okay. In this, so this is the condition. In this condition, first people are introduced in the sewage and the sewerage system. This sludge problem, when they have seen or experienced, they feel that how it could be removed. So immediately they will take it out and bury it. This is a common technique anyway. Then they have assessed for the total of collection of sewage to disposal, how much we are spending per month. It may be in many crores. Okay. And we are thinking that making the clean city, instead of that, disposing the waste, for waste we are spending more money, you know that in India, especially in a country like India, because we are not disposing the waste in a proper manner. That is true. So because whatever the treatment we are adopting for water sewage treatment and municipal solid waste treatment, the amount of money spent, it is too much, especially in all the cities. So in such a way, when they have calculated in such a way, they are thinking that many crores we are spending for doing this project. Instead of that, anything could be get out of this treatment, which gives the economic value. The second stage of thought which the people have put on that. Then only they have decided, instead of this burial, anything else could be done, which will be less economic. Then they have introduced the technique of disintegration. What is disintegration? I will tell you. Then they think of any other techniques which are less economic than those processes. Then they have introduced incineration. And they have thought it, okay, these are all the method we are reducing the volume of waste. So instead of that, anything could be absorbed, which gives the economic value. Then they thought to produce some of the fertilizer from the sludge. These are also sequence of method being developed for the disposal of screening. So all the method can be adopted. So in this particular method, this only can be used. That particular that only can be used. That is also is there when we are going to discuss about the municipal solid waste. But when we are discussing about the sewage, in this sewage around 85% of content are solid organic material. This organic material can be easily converted into any other form. Either it can be converted into gobar gas also, or it can be converted into some sort of liquid fuel also, or it could be converted into some sort of solid soil amendment, which is called a fertilizer also. Clear? But how much you are going to put up and how much income you are going to take up, there is a correlation. Based on that only the technology will be adapted. If, for example, I will tell you, we are producing the gobar gas in Hyderabad. That is based on the night soil or human excreta. They will be giving that gas to all the pipeline gases. Without any hesitation, will you use it? We will not use. They know the human psychology. Even if you provide at free of cost also, people will not use because the source is, we can say it is rejected source. Clear? So what are the possible way? One by one, they will select, screen it, test it, and sort out it, and they implement and install. Out of all those things, which will be giving less economic to operate, and out of everything, less operation cost and more beneficial method, they will compare, then only adopt the techniques. So that is the things. So burial means only bury things which can be only. No, when we are discussing about the solid disposal, there it could be possible. Whatever the point you are telling is correct. When you are talking about the sewage, it is not possible. Understand? These are all the things I learned in my life many years by experience and reading many things. This is very simply I am teaching you people. Really, I am telling you are very fortunate. Understood what I am saying about the burial? Do you want me to explain again about burial?
No, ma'am, we got it.
Okay, then fine. Next one is in disintegration. By the name itself, we can say in disintegration means we are going to reduce the particle size. That is called disintegration. Anyhow, the screening are diluted with water. We know that only 85% of matter is organic matter, and in that around 85 to 90% of water is being removed, which gives only the bulk of 50% of the total volume. So we can imagine how much it could be. The dilution factor is about 60 to 100% based on that source. And then they passed through the disintegrator, which break up the screening into very small pieces. Flow from the disintegration is then diverted into many and mainstream, and which can be mixed with the forthcoming upstream of space.
Ma'am, these disintegrators will have some pressure or something. How they break?
It is a kind of cutters that is called disintegrators.
So they cut. Yeah.
Cutting means it is a kind of chopping. We should not introduce the chopping over here because that will not cut the things uniformly. Disintegrate means it is a very big particle will be break down into small particles. So for your
they have blades, right?
Yeah, cutters will be. We cannot say exactly blade. Cutters, a kind of nice kind of thing. It will be fixed too. The movement up and down like that. It will be like simply we'll say chopping. Chopper we are telling now.
Yeah,
like that. Okay, like that it is disintegrating. So when we are disintegrating, that the concentration of particles will be there, but the size of the particle will be less. If it is more diluted or more concentrated, means it can be mixed with that raw sewage. Then it is mixed with that, then it flows through to maintain the flow concentration and also to maintain the pressure. They do like this. And also by allowing flow for the disintegrated to join the mainstream of sewage, so the load on the sewage treatment increases marginally. So throughout the process, they are maintaining the concentration or load of organic matter in the sewage treatment. And the next one is incineration. As at any time, did I mention about the incineration and the incinerator in your class?
What, ma'am?
Hello. At any time, did I mention about incineration and the incinerator? About that.
Incinerators are those, ma'am, which where we decompose. Where we burn the nappy pads, and by it is related to. Means I have seen an incinerator, ma'am. Means the human related nappy pads and napkins, everything we burn them. They burn them.
Okay, okay, you have some knowledge. Okay. Dahlia ma'am. Ma'am? Dahlia ma'am? She's not in class?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
And did I talk about incinerator at any time in the classroom?
I can't remember, ma'am.
You can't remember, ma'am? Okay, I will tell you one small hint now whether you could remember or not. Incinerator are being used nowadays to burn the human body also. Did I say?
Yeah, ma'am.
Okay. Okay. Incinerator, which is nothing but a combustors. Combustor means, you know that? Combustor.
Yeah, combustion is burning.
Combustion, we know, ma'am.
Huh?
Incinerator, did I tell you that it is being used for human body burning nowadays? Okay, madam.
Yeah,
okay, no problem. I'll tell you again. Incineration is a process which is nothing but burning of any material. There is no distinguish of particles or material, because some of the process we can do only putrescible waste. In some of the process we can do the process without any metal related thing. In some of the process we can do only with that easy digestible material. But in incinerator there is no classification. Any material can be burnt out easily. At last, which leftover, which gives very small quantity of completely burned solid residue, that is called ash. Very little quantity of ash will get. That also ash is also, which is nothing but a metal oxide. Those metal oxide can be the good fertilizer. Now, many days before, people from 18th century onwards, people are having this idea. Even from the thermal power plant, after burning of coal, the leftover residues, which is called ash, those ash contains large quantity of metal oxide. Those metal oxide can be used as a fertilizer, which supports the growth and can be maintain the soil quality also. Understood? So in this incineration is a process of burning. They are completely burned out all sort of material which left over with a small quantity of ash. The process is taking place a unit or a device that is called incinerator. Incinerator or incineration is one of the wonderful process which has been developed especially for this waste disposal process. In this incinerator, the temperature is maintained more than 1000 degrees centigrade up to 1500 degrees centigrade, where the ceramic material is being used as inside coating material. And those inert material can be retained that much high temperature. If anything goes inside, it will be completely burnt out. People have heard at any times about the furnace. Have you seen in your life furnace?
Blast furnace, we know, ma'am.
Blast furnace. Okay, both are same. Whatever, how it is working, blast furnace, they are using ceramic material inside and electrical coil inside.
Yeah, ma'am. They use for metallurgy, ma'am.
Yeah, similar technology here it is using with a more thick walls and which retain a high temperature of 1000 to 1500 degrees centigrade. What all the materials will be disposed of. When I was talking about the medical waste or hospital solid waste disposal, people have developed and find out the many techniques to dispose this hospital waste. Everything at last left over with many things, because the hospital waste which contain all sort of waste, which include needles, that is metal, easily putrescible waste like clothes and cottons, and which contain a lot of blood related waste. Many things are all are harmful to the living things, not only to the human being, even animals, plants, everything will be affected from by those waste. So hospital waste management is one of the big issue in the world. After developing this incineration technology, those solid waste or those type of waste problem associated with the society or public will be is completely eliminated, I could say. 100% it was there, now we have only 10%. So that much it was eliminated by the introduction of this particular technology. So any waste can be burned out, no problem at all, which will not give any sort of problem, and also which gives the flue gases along with the fuel gases. If it is, it can be trapped and can be used, means for power generation it is useful. But the temperature, it is very high temperature, flue gases again bring down into some level to make the steam, making the power generation. In very few places it is practiced, and many places they are left over simply like that only. And nowadays, recently, few years before, I can say 15, 20 years before, the same incineration technology is being adapted for burning of human dead body also. So no need to do all the things. Just they are giving the body within a minute, they will give few gram of ash in your hand. That's all. This is the technology nowadays. After 15 or 20 years, when we died, we do not know whether the family people will come along with us. No, I don't think so. They will be booked on online when dead body is occurring. They will take and they burn it up. If possible, they will send you some 1 or 5, 10 gram of ash to us. Otherwise, they won't give that also. If they will give also, whether the ash is from that particular body or some other body also, we do not know. That is the trend after introducing of this technology of especially incineration technology. The same incinerator could be used for the removal or disposal of this sludge which are being developed from the screen. Would you understand? This incinerator and pyrolysis, gasification, these are all the important process. You people supposed to be master of all those things, because I am telling this process many times in the classroom. I think this is the 10th time I am telling to you. Clear it off? Is it clear?
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, one more time if you forget, I will give the punishment. Understood? Ma'am, she didn't listen me.
Yes,
you didn't listen me. What did I say?
Yes, ma'am.
What did I say?
Ma'am, next time I don't forget it.
Huh? No, ma'am, I couldn't hear you. What did I say? Okay. Next one is...
Ma'am, in correction, was...
Ma'am, you are not audible to me. Okay. Then a conversion of fertilizers. Whatever the screen which we have collected from the screening, which we have collected from the screens, they are almost 85% of organic matter which contain. This organic rich material can be easily composed by mixing of some earthen material and earthworm. Will maintain some of the concentration of some of the substances. Then it will become a good, very good, I can say compost. Compost means, you know what does it mean? Completely decomposed organic material which could be used for a soil amendment application, which could be either fertilizer also, and also it could be the soil management media or substances. So this since it contains 85% of organic substances, it could be converted as a very good fertilizer by maintaining some carbon nitrogen ratio. If possible, it can be mixed with the some phosphate component, then it could be served as a very good fertilizer. So these are all the method this screenings can be disposed of. So whatever the term I said, all are very, 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 very important. So do you have any doubt? Yes, yes, ma'am. Yeah, please tell me. Would you hear my voice? Okay.
So, ma'am, these are all under primary treatment.
Yes, yes. This is the first stage of treatment. Hereafter only the technique will be introduced. Even if you do any treatment, the screening is supposed to be done, no? But
Yeah.
screening comes under primary treatment. If you do any sort of treatment, that's a first treatment or stage of treatment is screening. Understood?
Yeah.
You can write in your exam, but in a wide knowledge of subject, we have to imagine and understand. Okay. Then the skimming tank. Have you heard the term skimming tank at any time in your life?
Milk, ma'am.
No. Okay. Skimming tank means it is a kind of unit which will be used for the primary treatment of sewage. What for they are using means it is a sewage which contains kitchen waste also. Kitchen waste, canteen waste, hotel waste, restaurant waste, all the things are coming out of it. That waste may contain some sort of oil and grease. Those oil and grease supposed to be removed at the proper stage or proper time. Otherwise, which will be accumulate and which makes the problem with the other stages of treatment and may clog the interface, oxidation and aeration tank, sedimentation, everywhere which gives a problem. So to avoid that problem, they are providing some sort of unit that is called a skimming tank, where that oil and grease particles are they will be removed. How they are removing for Indian condition? With a grease trap provided and the plumbing system will be large solution, which is in the hotel, whatever the system I said there. Here the people are use some sort of oil trap or grease trap. Make use of that. Whatever the things are come, oil and grease comes out of that kitchen related operation will be easily removed or skimmed off. Is it clear? This is one of the important questions.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Okay, then the skimming tanks are located before or after that sedimentation tank. Mostly 99% before the sedimentation tank only people are introduced, because sedimentation is a kind of process. It can be done with both coagulant, plain sedimentation also we have studied, sedimentation with the coagulant also we have studied. So before it is preferable, if the less concentration of oil and grease is there, sometimes it is proceeded to after coagulation process or sedimentation process. Okay, then how the parts and the working of this skimming tank? Been almost in many treatment techniques, except aerator, that treatment devices are rectangular type only. That is easy to design and also the flow and pressure can be maintained. So for this particular process also, they are using narrow rectangular tank with at least two longitudinal buffle walls. That means which make the flow up and down, which makes the mixing of water or sewage inside this. The ratio of depth to height should be 2:1 or sometimes 2:1 is preferable for all rectangular type. 1.5:1 it is not okay. It is not advisable. And the detention period for this process is only 3 minutes. Detention period means what?
The time period the time period for which the sewage stops in the is detained or retained in the thing, ma'am.
Okay.
The time taken by hello.
Yes.
The time taken by the sedimentation tank to complete its process.
Yeah.
Yes, correct.
Detention.
Yes, correct. Yeah, correct only. Suppose I will tell you commonly. The time taken for completing of any individual process involved in the water treatment technique is called detention time. If it is sedimentation, the time taken for complete the sedimentation process is called a detention. In a flagellation and coagulation, the time taken for completing of that particular process is called the detention. Even in filtration also say, in say plain sedimentation is also say. Even here, whatever the skimming tank we are taking here also, the time taken for complete this particular unit process which involved in water treatment is called a detention process, detention time. Okay. It may be varied from minutes to hour. For this particular process of skimming, it takes only 3 minutes. Okay. Then people are introducing some air diffusers which try to flow the air into the tank. For that, people are using compressor which compress the air up to 300 to 6,000 meters per hour. So these are all specific features and they are giving little agitation to the water. And after that, what will be they are doing which gives the agitation and mixing the throughout the volume of the content will be completely mixed enough. Then it is allowed to make the soapy mixer at the top by introducing the air bubbles. Then the soapy mixer will easily filter it off by introducing the some of the techniques like a skimming process. Then sometimes people are adding some chlorine into the air tube, which is also diffused inside the tank, which increase the effectiveness of removal of this grease and oil. Either it is 2 to 4 times than the normal airflow, or sometimes which makes more than that efficiency, which depends upon how the flow occurs inside the tank. These are all not there in your book. This I have read from the environmental engineering book. So these are all the way people generally adapted to remove this oil and grease from the skimming tank. Skimming is a kind of process which is adapted for removal of oil and grease from the sewage. And by what method they are removing? They are removing by introduction of air into the water makes the bubbles, then they will be removed off. And sometimes people are passing chlorine, which makes that the substance to be floatable in, and that it can be easily removed from the content 3 to 4 to 8 times higher than the normal way. The efficiency of removal is more, then the further treatment process will be easy. Then again, the thing is, when the substances will be floating on the top of the surface, how it could be removed? Already we have studied about the floating process. Would you remember?
Yeah.
So these floating substances such as grease and oil, which can be collected at the top of the tank by hand or by introducing some sort of mechanical equipment like we can say some sort of sievers. Then it can be buried any area. You should not be lying here and there. Otherwise, it will be making the problem, the same sort of greasy problem to the sewage water. The next one is, any doubt about the skimming tanks? Skimming tank, creek chamber, those are all very important questions. About the skimming tank, any doubt?
No.
Okay, next one is communities. Communities means what? For what purpose it can be used? Anyone can tell?
Breaking the larger particles to smaller, ma'am.
Yes, that is called a communities. Here the device, it is a kind of mechanical apparatus can be used for breaking of large organic solids into 5 to 10 millimeter size, very small size. And they consist of rotating type slat screens through which the sewage is passed, where it is cutted into the small particles that can be used or easy, which makes the further process very easy in treatment technique. To reduce the wear and tear of communities, they should be proceeded by grid chamber. That means what is grid chamber we should know before you are introducing the communities. What is grid chamber? Grid chamber is also one of the important questions. All the thing, whatever I talked till now, from that either 1 or 2 questions will come. From this unit only most of the question will come. What is grid chamber?
Commuter has a rotating cutting screen, no ma'am?
Yes, that could be like that only. Since it is a water which contains a lot of solid material, it's supposed to be like that only.
Okay, ma'am.
That's what I told you. It is a kind of chopper.
Yeah.
Chopper which is in vertical chopping or rotating chopping. Have you seen the vegetable chopper?
Yeah,
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
How is it working, ma'am?
Rotating, ma'am. Rotating.
Rotating, ma'am.
Rotating. Why they are introducing the rotating flow? Why it is not vertical flow or horizontal flow?
Means they are cutting from...
To cut thing uniform, ma'am.
Uniformly, ma'am. From the edges.
Yes. When it creates the pressure at the edges of or the wall side, which will be pulled out inside due to the centrifugal force. So the cutting should be uniform. Then you can cut the material within a short period of time uniformly. That only the reason. So everywhere, wherever that commuter integrators people are introducing, they follow like that only. Understood?
Yeah, ma'am.
Next one is grid chamber. Grid chamber, it is very small unit. It is not playing much role, but people are giving much importance on exam point of view. I don't know why. Grid chamber, which is nothing but the device which is used to remove the heavy material such as gravity which is more than 2.65. Exactly, we all wanted to say means whatever the grit particles, sand particles, stone which are all coming out from the carriages, when we are cleaning that, washing that, or sweeping that, it will be mixed with the sewage water which will carry. Yes? Yes, ma'am? Hello? Hello?
Yeah, ma'am.
Somebody is asking something. Excuse me, they asked it. Then after that, they didn't talk. Hello?
Yeah, ma'am.
No, okay. If somebody asks me, please tell me then. If you could hear what is that, you kindly translate to me.
Ma'am, this grid chamber is made of what material, ma'am?
Grid chamber, it is a kind. We can say there is a water flow. So what could be the material can be used? Either it can be cast iron material can be used in economic point of view.
Which one, ma'am?
Cast iron, casting. After casting.
Okay. Yeah, ma'am. Yeah.
After iron can be used.
Okay.
They are talking somewhere, or they are talking with the cycle, but I am getting disturbance. Okay. Actually, in practice, the particle with a diameter of 0.2 millimeter and more are removed from this grid chamber, and they have settling velocity of around 0.2 millimeter particle to 21 millimeter per second, and the weight of wet grid is about 1,000. No, the unit is wrong. The weight, that density of the grid particle is about 1,600 kg per meter cube, and the void is 40%. What is meant by void? I told
void
you
is the gaps. Gaps,
yeah.
ma'am.
Yeah, when you are packing something in a solid material, if you are packing in a column or in a container, the space between the molecule or substances or particle are called void. So the void volume people usually calculate when you are making the packing like filter media, or we are occupying with something else, it will be considered like that. So here the density of, they have given weight of the wet grid. It is not usually change unit thing in your book. That is density of the grid supposed to be 1,600 kg per meter cube. And whatever the specified physical characteristics of the things will be maintained. And the grit is due to the domestic sewage because utensils are generally washed with the earthen material or soap material. Sometimes ash particle people are using, sometimes soap powder they are using. Those are all the reason are source for this grit particle in sewage. Grit is also due to the flows of garage and service station being washed continuously during the first storm season. And many times periodically people are doing washing. That time also those water will come into the sewerage only. And grid chambers are generally placed after pumping station and before screen. Actually, they have told after screen, this grid chamber is provided after pumping and before introducing a screen, this grid chamber is placed. But this is a definite rule. We have to place here only or there only. But if you provide it like that, it will be well and good. And it is being placed at a fixed position and it suits the local requirement. No specific material. Any material can be used like a cast iron or any local material, but it should not be any iron. Iron rods cannot be used. So grid chamber is a unit where they are removing the grit particle. Grit particles means what I said, some of the solid particles which are having the size and density, and void is how much it could be, and specific gravity how much could be. What are the particle matches with that particular physical characteristics? They are all grit particles. Those grit particles are removed by this grit chamber. What are the source for grit? I have explained. And where supposed to be placed this grit chamber, I have told you. And there is no specific place to be placed, but preferably it could be placed before the screen will be put. Because once if we introduce this kind of earthen material into the other treatment process, which occupies unnecessarily the volume, and also which interfere the flow of water from one stage to another stage. That's what the people are preferring, giving the preference to place before the screen. Any question about the grit chamber? Grit chamber is one of the important questions, as I told you. And repeatedly, I am telling this is very important question.
Ma'am, it is written on the PPT, gravity 2.65.
Specific gravity.
Yeah, specific gravity.
Yeah, I told you, no, specific gravity, size of the particle, density of the particle, and velocity, settling velocity, all these physical parameters.
So this chamber is only restricted to 5 to 10 mm particles only, ma'am?
Yeah, grit chambers, grit particle have the size, particular physical characteristics. Grit means what? Grit means grit particle have the definition. What is the definition? Which is supposed to have the specific gravity of 2.65 and the diameter of 0.2 mm, and the settling velocity of 0.2 to 20 millimeter per second, and the density of 1600 kg per meter cube, and a void of 40%. Whatever the particles are satisfied this kind of characteristics, they are all called grit particles. Those grit particles can be removed by the grit chamber. That any material can be used, but preferably cast iron can be used, which is supposed to be placed before the screening and after the pumping station. But there is no specific rule, it's supposed to be placed here and there. But the preference is should be before screening, means which could be avoided the problem which are all associated with the flow of sewage into the other system, because these particles are dense particles.
So what about these commutators, ma'am? Where they have to be placed?
Commutators, you people can see after grit chamber it should be. We have read, no? The commutators should be placed after grit chamber.
Ma'am, commutators are already breaking the larger particles to smaller, no?
Yes.
Then after there is no specific size for commutators, because grit chambers.
Grit chamber is a device where the particle density of 1600 kg per meter cube can be gritted out. What is the density of water? 1000 kg per meter cube. What is the density of this particle? 1600. It is high dense than the water. So those particles can be high dense, meaning it will be settled down very fast.
Okay. Oh, yeah, man, I got it.
Clear?
Yeah.
So that's what 2-3 times repeatedly said. This particle density is 1600 kg.
So after the grit chamber, commutators should be kept.
Yes, but there is no specific place for grit chamber. But preferably they are telling that before screen will be good.
Okay.
Clear?
Yeah, ma'am.
Okay, now I'll stop here. If people have any question, you ask me, then we will start the next session when.
Ma'am, I have downloaded 2 photos of commutators and grit chambers. Is it the same one, ma'am? I will send you.
Yeah, you send it.
I will send you on this WhatsApp.
BRU WhatsApp?
1 second, ma'am. I already 1 second. This one and 2 I have shared, ma'am. Just now you can see.
Okay, what it is said is about commutators is correct only, but these commutators cannot be used for sewage treatment, because this kind of commutator can be used for any chemical treatment process and the chemical synthesis, because this is very sensitive. Understand?
Oh, then
Okay.
for yeah.
Okay, communities are doing the same job, but in different places, different capacity.
The principle is same, no, ma'am?
Yes, everywhere the same.
Yeah.
This grid chamber is correct.
Okay, ma'am. Mm-hmm.
Okay, that you can see only jelly kind of things are coming out, the stone kind of things.
This we can draw in examination, no, ma'am?
You can, wonderfully.
Okay.
Okay, very good.
Okay.
Communities, you can choose communities for sewage treatment, then you can get the correct figure.
Okay, ma'am. I'll check, ma'am, that also.
Okay, fine. So, any questions? Okay, now you people carry on. Shall I take the class in the next half? Next half, 4th hour?
When,
Hello?
ma'am? Exactly?
Let me consult with Rajita ma'am. I will send message.
Okay,
I may take 4th hour. Next hour, I'll tell her to take.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. Any questions?
Thank you,
Any
ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you,
What?
ma'am.
Okay, thank you.
Mm.
Thank you to every one of you. If you have any doubt, you can.
We want to visit, ma'am, once water treatment and
The last hour I can take, ma'am.
I think sometime we can plan, ma'am. All our batch can visit sewage treatment plant and water treatment plant.
Durgesh, 1 minute, please wait. 1 minute, I'll come. I'm talking with
Yeah, ma'am. Okay, ma'am.
I will take the second half after 5, ma'am. I will communicate to you. Okay? Okay, ma'am. Okay, thank you. What, Durgesh, what did you say?
Ma'am, actually, we want to visit this water treatment plant and sewage treatment plant once, ma'am. Don't know how to approach, whom to approach, actually.
I told you now, you please talk
Yeah,
with
ma'am. I'm searching, ma'am, daily whom to approach and how to go.
Oh, no, anyhow, you people are going for practicals now. Continuously, we'll go for a week time. No? That time
yeah,
you take a talk with them, sir. We wanted to see. Anyhow, your classmate, one lady is there. You ask that, madam, we wanted to see this also, that also. She will tell how to approach, where you have to go.
Yeah, ma'am. We can easily, if you see it, no, ma'am, we can easily correlate between what you taught and what you have seen, ma'am.
Yeah, you talk with her, then you tell me, I will come and take you people. I'll explain.
Yeah, ma'am. That is very, it will be very easy for everybody.
For others, it is quite difficult. In your class, one student is from the same municipal department and she is working in the specific department. And also she committed that I will take you people. Then you have to get the permission from the officials. If they agree all together, we'll go and come back one day. We'll fix a vehicle, and when the vehicle will go, we'll see everything, we'll come back. It is fine and doable.
Yeah, ma'am.
Okay. You arrange. Once you arrange everything, please let me know. I also will come. For taking care of all those things, explanation, technical part of thing, I will take care.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you. I will take class after 5. I will communicate you today.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Rajita madam may not take class. She said she will finish already.
I think she's almost at the end, ma'am. I think she finished almost.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Okay.